Welcome back to a new episode of our daily end of day price review and forecast for the next day. It's Monday, the day just ended, and as usual, we are back to check out the charts to see how our levels are faring according to what price did for the day. And so this is Monday's trading, and as you can see, it is trading within Friday's range. Some way, somehow, it is consolidation, which is much expected because Friday's trading range was a much extended one. And so even though I wanted to see the pullback, I anticipated this one being a consolidation day. However, it is staying within the Friday's trading range, and so that is basically how we treat it, because there's no breakout or no liquidity being taken from any side, either side of the Friday's trading range. So I'll quickly switch down to H1 so that we see how the day traded. So if you remember clearly, I mentioned that I wanted to see price come to take out this low, and then I left this here for the daily. This is a daily level where I expect price to perhaps react from. Now price has really drawn very close to where I expect price to react from before a continuation, if there will. And so we'll see as the day goes. But here is a reason why I say I'm going to keep supporting price reaching out for this. If you can see this fair value gap, price has actually closed below it and also left this fair value gap here. So tomorrow I would expect price to use this as support for this level that I marked out here. And once price gets here tomorrow, from Wednesday, I don't know if we are going to see any reaction from that, but beginning Wednesday, I'll start looking for signatures that point continuation on the dollar index. So the day open, gap down, came back to this, and then failed to go take out. Remember, I said that price can take out this high, but not close above it, and then come back for the internal rim liquidity, or just come back straight. On the H4, I was looking for a swing high, right? So as at the time I was making the video, this candle was now forming. So this one confirmed the swing high, and then we saw a crackdown closing below this H4 fair value gap. And now it is being used as resistance for lower prices on the dollar index, right? On the H1, we have seen that price went in there, pullback, and closed below the swing low. And so this is now what we are looking for. I don't want to see price come back above it, but rather use this area as support, as resistance for lower prices. Something like that. Right, for tomorrow. I'm not willing to take any action here until price gets to the point where I'm looking at and then turns bullish on the H1. Otherwise, I'm going to continue staying down. All right, so 15. Let's see what the M15 has. Yeah, so basically that's it. It still looks bearish. The H1 looks like this is a pullback for continuation. M15 looks like this is a pullback for a continuation. We are only going to switch our bias from here when price comes to close above this use that, and then also close above this fair value gap, right? Then we can continue higher. That is the only scenario that will make me change my bias from the short-term pullback. This is the only situation that will make you change the bias, but I don't really believe that that is going to happen on Tuesday. Yes, I'm not an oracle, it can happen, but I also think that once we have this H1 resistance level, H4 inversion fair value gap, it is more likely to take us lower where we have the daily fair value gap or the daily gap. So daily gap here. And also mid portion of the range that I marked out on the daily, right? So I want to see price coming here and then that point be used as support for higher prices, right? So there's going to be a breakout. I would expect a breakout and then a rejection back inside of the range. So I'll mark this one out. I'll mark it out. I'll leave it here as red. So what I'll be looking for on the daily is that price would come in, sweep this low, and then come back to close inside of the range, right? Something like this would be very ideal for the daily. And then on the H1, we'll look for patterns that suggest that price wants to continue higher. I hope this is much more simple and clear. So on Euro USD, also trading inside of Monday's range. No, so sorry, inside of Friday's trading range. And now we have this fair value gap here. We have this FVG. This is the high, this is the low. The FVG comes in right at the 50% of the trading range, right? So the same scenario, I would expect a breakout into the fair value gap and then a rejection back inside of the trading range, right? On the H4, this is what I would expect price to use. Price closed above this level here, and then this is a continuation. So I don't really think that price can come all the way unless we come back to close below this small up close candle here, and then also this gap here. But I want to see price maybe take out this low and then continue into the premium portion of the range before we look for lower prices. On the H1 still looks bullish. So maybe that. All right. It's as simple as that because I expect this one to be used as support level. This other block to be used as support level for continuation to the upside. Let's see for cable. Let's see for cable. Also trading inside of Friday's trading range. And let's see where the range is at. I didn't talk about this one yesterday. Okay, so where we have the mid portion, there's a small daily gap on there. So I would expect maybe an SMT, right? I would expect an SMT in the sense that I want to see price take out this high, but I suspect that this high will not be taken. So I suspect that the Monday's trading range, the high will be taken, but on cable, it is more likely we close back inside of the range without taking Friday's high. So this is what I'm talking about. It is more likely we may see an SMT formed on this. This is not a confirmation. Whatever I'm saying is not a confirmation of that, but let's see how it goes. I just have a feeling that this may not get to this fair value gap that I have marked here. If it gets there, fine. That's a good thing. We can still look for shorts, but however, I would love for price to use this area and leave this so that this can be used as SMT for the confirmation, right? See how it traded on the daily. Okay, so as you can see, we are trading into, we've just rejected off of this H4, this H4 bearish block. I want to see a rejection from here, maybe for continuation. Reject here, continuation to take out previous day's high, but failed to go here, and then see that, right? So I'm expecting this block here to hold price and not allow for price to go. But anything at all can happen. At the end of the day, we are going to trade what price gives us. That is what I'll definitely do. It all boils down to our patience and waiting for the correct setup to show before we take any action, right? On the H1, yes, I suspect that we are going to go back to this high again and then perhaps fail to go above this high for a continuation lower. So that's probably all that I'm looking at. I hope this is clear and much more concise. Let me take this off. I have to clean my chat. Clean this off. Yeah. So that's basically it. Today I had a trade on Eurusd, GBPJPY and EURJPY. It was as simple as sweeping this, waiting for this price to close above this, come back to retest, and then long. Same here, same pattern, same trade. Take out the lows, close above this fair value gap, retest, you go long. Very simple as that. Same trade, same pattern, same everything. Nothing changed. Yeah. Right? So those are the two trades I've had for this Monday. I didn't have any intentions of trading on any of the majors as I'm looking at the Wednesday and Thursday for my trades. So that's it for today. Thank you very much for your time. If this was any helpful, do like and subscribe to the channel for more. And I will see you tomorrow once market close. Safe. Oh, come on.